In this video, we're going to talk about how to play chords and how to read a chord diagram. A chord is a group of notes arranged in a certain order. There are many different chord names such as major, minor, major seventh, etc. For now, you don't need to worry about what these names stand for. All you need to do is memorize the chords and their names. So we use a diagram to represent how to play the chord visually. The vertical lines in the diagram are the strings of the guitar. So from left to right, the string numbers are 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or you can use the note names for the strings. Left to right are E, A, D, G, B, and E. The horizontal lines you see represent the actual frets of the guitar. So you don't press down on the fret, but you'll see that you press behind them. The top fret is the first fret, and then as you go down the diagram, the second fret, third fret. The very top line of the diagram is what's called the nut. The nut is plastic or bone where the strings pass over to the tuners on your guitar. Above the diagram, you'll see the chord name. If you see only a letter, the chord is major. If you saw a lowercase m, that would be a minor chord. The circles that you see with the numbers tell you where to put your fingers and which finger to use. So your fingers are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is your index finger, 2 is your middle finger, 3 is your ring finger, and 4 is your pinky. The dot shows you exactly which string to press down and what fret to put your finger on for that string. If you see a 0 above a string, it means to play that string open without pressing down on it with any finger. If you see an X above a string, that means do not play that string at all. If you look at the chord F, it has a bar in it. A bar is when you flatten your finger to play 2 or more strings at the same time with the same finger. So the F needs the first 2 strings barred with the index finger. And then lastly, looking below the major chords, you'll see that there are 3 minor chords, and you can see the lowercase letter m next to the note name for each chord. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through some of these open chords and show you how I play them. So we'll start with C major, and if you're looking at your chart, you'll see that you're supposed to play first string open. The second string, it says to use your index finger on the first fret. So I've got that note. The third string open. The fourth string should be your second finger on the second fret. You can see that. And then the third finger goes on the third fret on the fifth string. There's an X above the sixth string, so you don't play that. So you only play these 5 strings. So a key point in playing these chords is you have to point your fingertips on the strings. So when I'm playing that note with my first finger, if I bend over and touch the first string, I can't hear it. I have to clear it. So you can only touch the string you're supposed to be on. A good way to check and see if you're getting them all right is play each string individually. So that if you do something like this, I can't hear the note on the fourth string because my third finger's touching the fourth string. So for some of you, this might be a little challenging at first, but that's how it's done, okay? So that's C. The next chord on your chart is D. So you'll see index finger goes on the third string, second fret. Middle or second finger goes on the first string, second fret. And then the third finger goes here, and you only play the first 4 strings. You don't play the low E or the low A string. The next chord on the chart is G. So you start with your index finger on the second fret of the 5th string. Your second finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and your third finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. This chord you strum all 6 strings. A, all on the same second fret, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. In this chord you also do not play the 6th string. Frequently I play this chord with a bar and don't play the high E string. Then your E chord, index fingers on the 1st fret on the 3rd string, middle finger or 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the 5th string, and your 3rd finger, 2nd fret on the 4th string. Strum all 6 strings. The next chord, F, for some beginners is pretty challenging. Instead of pointing your finger like we did before, on the first 2 strings we need the 1st fret. So my index finger needs to go kind of like this, and bar. So if I don't get a good clean bar, I might have something like that. I gotta get those flat, and then at the same time I have to curl these other fingers over. Because I got this finger plays that string, and this finger plays the 4th string. So that's your F chord, with a partial bar on the first 2 strings. Then we have our 3 minor chords. D minor, index finger, 2nd finger, and 3rd finger. And if you compare D major and D minor, you can hear how minor has kind of a sad sound, and major has kind of a happy sound. Then we have A minor, index finger, middle finger or 2nd finger goes on the 4th string, and then your 3rd finger goes on the 3rd string. And E minor, pretty easy. It's like E major, but just lift your index finger off. Only 2 fingers. And there you have your basic open chords to get you started.